Good evening. Good evening. Can everybody hear me? Thank you for joining us for Get Into It with Taz and Chris.
We got a different background today. But it's still Taz and Chris. How about that?
And
And Urbane.
no, you do not. No, you don't have. You don't have a dog in the fight. Shh, hush.
Yeah, that's why.
One story that we couldn't get into last night that I thought was really interesting, so I'm bringing it into tonight. Is that how you feel? Comes to us from NBCnews.com. And before y'all try to come for me, he is teething and he recently had surgery. That's why he has to be muzzled. Other than that, he would cause harm to himself. The cone was not working because he likes to be face to face with me when he sleeps. And I'm sorry, I am not about to be choked to death by a damn dog. But like I said, from NBCnews.com, Black communities disproportionately hit by inflation step up to help those most in need. From food distribution to community gardens, advocates are finding creative ways to help families make ends meet as prices soar. Tanisha Boston has been feeling the efforts of inflation from the gas pump to the grocery store for months. So in April, the 31-year-old Los Angeles resident, of course it would be Los Angeles, shared her frustrations on social media, writing, "Please check on your LA friends. We are not okay." Under a photo of herself in front of a gas station charging $7 per gallon. I'll be riding a bike. Boston said that soaring prices, coupled with recently losing a job, has meant she now relies on food stamps to get by. Even though she earns some income as a freelance wardrobe stylist and Instagram influencer, she said she's looking for additional jobs to survive. "I'm realizing that one income isn't going to cut it," she said. So, for everybody that's criticizing two-parent homes that have to utilize Section 8, food stamps, Medicaid, and everything else, understand people are still, y'all think that people get government assistance because they're not working. No, a prerequisite to government assistance is you either have to be a full-time student or you have to be a full-time employee, and these benefits, or you're not making a livable wage, are not available from your employer. So instead of getting mad at the person who's receiving benefits, get mad at the companies. What the hell are you doing?
Attack. It's an attack. Urbane's having an Amber moment.
He definitely think he's a herd kid.
He's been watching Amber Heard too much on court TV.
And he's watched every, and they're on a week of hiatus.
Trying to be the dog of the Caribbean.
He not about to be that up in this house. There's only one queen of this castle, and it ain't him.
Yeah, he knows nothing about patois.
He about to learn today. He gonna find out if all dogs go to heaven or not.
He's about to learn the curb.
Nah, that's what we not about to do. Now you gonna stop. Ah, back it up. Ah, ah. Mm-mm. What we not about to do today, tomorrow, or any other day in the future is talk back to me.
Yeah, that part.
Now, if you want to go get a job and contribute to the amount of resources that you take from this house, then you can talk back. Until then, heh, I'm about to
Get a
get on
one-way
my
trip to the
nerves.
Bahamas.
Who, who are you talking to? I would like to know that. Who are you talking to, boy? Who you talking to? Cause you surely ain't talking to me.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed their Mother's Day out there. Whoever are mothers out there.
I was
I
sitting out in
was
the
I was
T-ball field, hot as hell.
I was very happy to have shared that day.
I shared that day with the heat.
This just happened to be the year where my birthday took backstage to a bunch of mothers I was surrounded by. But got to give it up to the moms, um,
It hurt. My birthday
and
fell.
to me turning a year older.
My birthday fell on Orthodox Easter.
Yeah, mine felt unorthodox.
So I had a bunch of people I don't even know online telling me, well, you shouldn't be celebrating your birthday. You should be celebrating. That's not my religion. I don't
Right.
trample on your religion, but
Mm-hmm.
is this what we're doing? Is it, y'all do realize I'm a tourist, right?
Both.
There's only so far you can push me before I take you to hell and
When
have
I
you tap dancing on Beelzebub's toenails.
when I see this
Don't play with
panel,
me.
when I see this panel, all I see are torsos. Um,
All we do is win, 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 no matter what.
right. But anyways,
Um, okay. Let's just tackle this story and get it over with. Uh, Coming from the New York Post.
New York Post is.
LA mom admits murdering three of her children with the help of teen son.
Um, but
A Los Angeles mom has admitted to killing three of her seven children on Mother's Day with the help of her 16-year-old son, authorities said. Mom of Mom of seven, Angela Flores, 38, was booked into LA County Jail Sunday night on three counts of murder for allegedly killing two of her boys and a 12-year-old daughter. I can't continue the story. I'm sorry. I
let's move on. It,
on on Mother's Day. Um I'm sorry, y'all. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. Okay. Coming from theroot.com. Liam Neeson addresses previous racist comments in new Atlanta cameo. The scene involves the character stumbling into what appears to be a club for canceled characters. The popular show Atlanta featured actor Liam Neeson on his episode that screened on Thursday, May 5th. Neeson made a cameo appearance to seemingly readdress his racist comments he made back in February 2019. For context, in 2019, Neeson was interviewed to discuss his process of coming into character for the film Cold Pursuit, wherein he needed to portray a character who turned to anger, as he recalled how a friend told him that she was raped. Neeson immediately asked her what color the offender was. That is not the important question.
Um,
Somebody has been assaulted. But
right.
let's carry on. He then stated that he was so angry that he spent a week carrying a baton with hopes that he would run into a black bastard so that he could kill him. This is this
Okay, how do
this
you
is
retract that?
we're about to find out.
That will be interesting. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Let me give everybody to go have a moment to go get a snack, a comfort snack of their choice, a comfort beverage of their choice. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right, let's continue. Though Neeson made these racist comments back in 2019, he appears in this recent episode of Atlanta to recount the incident again. His cameo came at a time during the segment when the cast member, Brian Tyree Henry, Paperboy, has stumbled into a bar in Amsterdam called the Cancel Club, where Nielsen is also a customer. The bar The bar appears to gratify and accommodate people who have been called out on their inappropriate behavior. So upon meeting Paperboy at the bar, Nielsen explains why he is a customer. You might have heard or read about my transgression. You know, what I said I wanted to do to a black guy, any black guy, when I was a younger man.
Wait,
Liam, you was old as
younger,
hell. You was old as hell when you said that shit.
younger than Dirt. I mean, um, this wasn't like back in his high school days. I mean, we're talking. This was
But
right around the corner.
he was still a middle-aged motherfucking man. A friend of mine had been raped, and I acted out of anger, Neeson stated in the scene. I look back, man, it honestly frightens me. I thought people, knowing who I once was, would make clear who I am, who I've become. Bitch, you made it clear who you became. You
Who
became a
were and who you
racist.
became.
You became a
You're
racist.
an actor who makes money, and
Like you. Mhm.
do we always know how actors and actresses think off the screen? No, but they come out and say some things like this.
Because Jesus, what? Why
We
am I?
hold people to their characters that they play in movies.
Because the consummate womanizer played a full ass racist in a movie, but we know he's not racist in real life because of the strides that he Leonardo DiCaprio. We know that that was just a character.
Right.
But let's carry on. But with all that being said, I am sorry. I apologize if I hurt people, Neeson stated. So you needed somebody else to write a script in order for you to. Let's keep going. After hearing the story and subsequent apology, Henry's character, Paperboy, facetiously tells Neeson, well, between you and me, I still fuck with Taken. And they both share a laugh. On a black show, we're still gonna make black people a monolith. Let me keep going. Let me keep going.
Oh, Liam.
Paperboy also added, "It's good to know that you don't hate black people." And at this juncture of the scene, Neeson further exposes what was under the veneer of his 2019 comments and criticism that ensued. Oh, here we go. What? No, no, no. I can't stand the lot of you.
Oh well, that's great. Um,
Wait a damn minute. I know I haven't finished the quote, but
there's a bud.
let me rewind. What? No, no, no. I can't stand the lot of you, Neeson asserted. Now, I feel that way because you tried to ruin my career. Didn't succeed, mind you. I'm sure one day I'll get over it, but until then, we are mortal enemies.
Okay,
You let somebody
that
else write
that went
your
nowhere.
apology, and then you allow
That um, wait a minute. That was his.
this is still his scene in the show.
Mm,
Let's continue. Then Paperboy asks, "But didn't you learn that you shouldn't say shit like that?" Neeson confidently responds, "Hey, but I also learned the best and worst part about being white is you don't have to learn anything if you don't want to." Who wrote this shit? Who wrote this shit? Who wrote this
th-
shit?
this is
Who are your parents? What did they teach you? Like, who wants to take a black show centered around black people and increase our trauma? Like, let's
I'm telling you,
no,
there's a lot out. There's a lot out there in Hollywood land and elsewhere.
now. This scene appeared to take a dark comedic turn. I don't see shit funny about this, but let's go on. However, Neeson's response in this scene and his comments back in 2019 are no laughing matter. Agreed. In fact, historically, we have seen the justification of black death at the ends of white supremacists who view black men as inherently violent. The views about this most recent episode are varied, but the hubris Neeson approaches this dialogue, which reflects the arrogance and impunity of white. You know what? Let me explain something to y'all. Google the Red Summer, and there was a portion of the Red Summer, specifically what Henry Fonda, the father of Jane Fonda, experienced. There was an all out massacre against Black people for nothing that Black people did. There was a crime boss that was upset because their politician wasn't elected into office. And that politician, twice, they tried to lynch that person that night and they did not succeed. But this individual had white men go out in blackface. The only thing that was covered in blackface was their face. And white women knew that they were being sexually assaulted and raped by white men. Did they say that? No. They still gave the description of black men. Do you see how detrimental that is? I'm not saying that Liam Neeson's friend did that,
Mhm.
but this country has a long history of white women getting into taboo relationships with black men, and then when it's discovered, screaming rape. We have
Right.
this country has a long history.
Mhm.
Emmett Till, of grown women having pedophilic thoughts. And this is my theory regarding Carolyn Bryant. Because as Emmett Till walked past her house, he did nothing. What would make her accuse that young man of doing something other than she had pedophilic thoughts towards him? Tell me I'm wrong.
Right.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Miss Liam, I'm telling you. I mean, should we be surprised that things come out from these? No. We don't. It's fortunate they all don't come out. We all don't really want to hear it, but we know it's there. It's all through Hollywood and everywhere else. But some people are kind of like when it comes from certain mouths and they hold people to a certain level because they like their movies. And I don't want to believe that so and so's that way because I liked Taken or I liked some of these other movies. These are who people really are. I mean, when like I said, when somebody shows who they are, believe them. Believe
That's
them.
what the late great Maya Angelou said. And speaking of Hollywood, coming from Newsbreak, and I will say this comes from the category of I did not see this coming.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all know I'm very skeptical regarding a lot of things. Fred Savage dropped from the Wonder Years amid allegations. Coming out of Los Angeles, Fred Savage has been dropped as an executive producer and director of the rebooted The Wonder Years amid allegations of inappropriate conduct, the television show's production company has confirmed. Recently, we were made aware of allegations of inappropriate conduct by Fred Savage, and as is policy, an investigation was launched. Upon its completion, the decision was made to terminate his employment as executive producer and director of The Wonder Years. A statement Saturday from 20th Television said 20th Television did not immediately provide any additional details. A spokesperson for Savage did not immediately reply to a request for comment. Savage, 45, oh, he's in his Trump year. That makes sense. Was a child star when he appeared in the original series, which ran on ABC from 1988 to 1993 and followed a suburban white family in the late 1960s and early 1970s. A new version of the show, which features Don Cheadle as the narrator, premiered last fall. The new series revolves around a black family living in Montgomery, Alabama in the 1960s. Every time they say that a white man in Hollywood is being inappropriate, he's a pedophile.
Yeah.
He's going after an underage girl.
Yeah. He's another subway.
And that breaks my heart because the reboot of The Wonder Years I have watched.
I have not.
I love the honest take of a family in the 60s, deep in the South, and what they have to go through with assimilation, with integration, with all these different things to show people in a sitcom setting, here's history, because they don't want CRT taught in schools. Here's a way to slip it under the rug.
Right.
And for such an important project, an important show, for you to mess that up because you can't control yourself, and I promise you, he's going to come out with an apology going as a Christian man, because we know Christians love this excuse. They want to put everything on the girl going, you don't want to be a stumbling block for anybody. How am I a stumbling block? These are grown men. These are men more grown than me. They can't take seeing shoulders. They can't take seeing kneecaps or toes. That's going to get them so riled up that they're going to hem me up in the fellowship hall and take advantage of me. And I'm supposed to be the guilty one.
And he's the white evangelical.
But we still got to get past to that jet. We got to get past to that jet. He done raped 16 girls and soured 45 children in the church. But we still got to get past to that church, that jet and that mansion. Because even though the scripture says you're supposed to build your mansion in heaven, we got to get past to that mansion here.
Right. Right. That part.
And then hold on. Oh, we done told y'all before. Y'all keyboard warriors online, that does not work the same way in real life. So I'm going to pull us from the broadcast. There'll be 2 videos back to back because on Mother's Day, somebody tried it at an NBA game. And you tried a black man regarding his mother and his wife.
Oh, yes.
Y'all about to see how
Is that the
well,
Dallas game?
yeah, how well that went. We'll see
Right.
y'all in 2 and 2.
So remember a while back where I said the energy y'all have of harassing people online, you better not do in real life? Let's talk about this right here 1 second, shall we? A Dallas Maverick fan was removed after incident with Phoenix Suns point guard Chris Paul's family. Chris Paul's mother, y'all did this on Mama's Day. Chris Paul's mother had hands put on her by Maverick fans, and his wife was pushed in front of Chris Paul's children on Mama's Day during Game 4 in Dallas on Sunday. You know, my father used to tell me something. He used to say, Lord, if a man loves his family, there are 3 women in his life that he will wholeheartedly put you on a t-shirt for. His mama, his wife, and wholeheartedly his daughter. Now, I have no clue what that person or the outcome is going to be of putting hands on somebody's mama and wife in front of their child. Also, y'all walked up on that man's wife? But because somebody's famous, that doesn't mean you can do whatever you want and not get any form of retaliation. And you fans better be blessed this wasn't early 2000s. Ryan Artest and Ben Wallace.
I don't know if y'all caught that. That was a minor that had put his hands on that man's mother and wife. And that minor's mother was acting so entitled. Let me explain something to you. It is a good thing I am not Chris Paul's wife nor mother, because this story would have went a whole lot different. And Chris knows my sons and my daughters. It wouldn't nobody been able to hold them back. Let me understand. Let
Well,
me
now, Odie,
understand you.
I didn't think he was underage.
After I would have laid them out, because you ain't gonna put your hands on me. I understand. My children have played sports from the rooter to the tutor. I understand how people want to talk crap. Talk your crap. Talk it away from me. Don't bring it to my face. Don't come up and think that you gonna rile me to get into my kids' heads, because my kids know mama gonna handle it. And when they win this game, they gonna come whoop your ass. Try me if you want to. Try me if you want to. They caught the right ones on the right day, and especially on Mother's Day. And I was at a gaming event for my tiny humans. And if that shit would have went left, I am not that benevolent. So y'all
Imagine,
keep running into benevolent women. Y'all keep running into women that are like, oh, I need to save my husband's reputation. Fuck all of that shit. I don't give a damn. You disrespect me, I'm gonna disrespect you in the same, probably worse. Let me be honest. I'm gonna disrespect you worse.
imagine them putting hands on the tiny humans.
Baby, that headline would have read, Gigi fucked up the whole stadium.
Now, I will speak on this because I did the other night on late night on TNT when I was watching NBA playoffs. Kenny Smith, who is close with Chris Paul, he did have a phone call with Chris Paul's mom, and she explained the situation to him, where she stated that the young man, who really did look young, was inebriated, and he kept poking her and Chris Paul's wife repeatedly, "Happy Mother's Day, Happy Mother's Day, Happy Mother's Day," while shouting curse words towards Chris Paul, to the point where they sought out security to take care of the matter, and yet the guy even intensified it by cursing more so. And then by that point, it had really rolled into something that was just totally disrespectful, totally.
Have y'all seen the movie Happy Death Day?
Yes.
That's
1 and 2.
Try me. Try me while I'm sitting there supporting one of my kids. Woo!
Right.
Woo! I have talked to my children about fucked up comments y'all done left from me online. And my oldest daughter was driving at the time. This is when I learned, don't talk to her about this shit while she driving, because she almost killed the both of us, okay? And she turned around, she was like, they know you got 2 daughters, right? Like, we'll come fuck them up. I was like, I just had jokes regarding the comments.
That is your blood. That is your
I
blood.
I didn't think this was gonna go the way. And see, I forget that my daughters, one is an Aries and one is a Taurus. Jesus, be a taser, because y'all ain't. Yeah.
That's your blood, and
then I got a Gemini son and a Leo son that love their mom. Baby,
they still have mama's Caribbean blood in them.
And we don't play that around here. But yeah, it wouldn't have been no calling security. Y'all. Let me explain to y'all what happened a few weeks ago. When me and my kids, every so often, we try to do it once a year. There is a pizzeria in a city, in a neighborhood, where that's where I predominantly raised them. And we used to love ordering from there, and from time to time going up there to eat. So we went up there. My youngest daughter was like, I have to get a new taser. So I reached into my purse and was like, here, I got an extra taser. She's like, you just carry extra tasers around? I was like, you just carry extra attitude around? Just take the damn taser. This is how we get down. So fuck around and find out. But you ain't doing this shit. Not around here.
Right.
But let's go ahead and run May's ad, and we'll be back to y'all, because we
Taurus ad.
we got some stuff to get into.
You lost another one.
Remember, it is men who create pregnancies. We create pregnancies through love, through lust, through impatience, sometimes impulsively, We create pregnancies through assault. We create pregnancies through rape. And every one of those pregnancies is the responsibility of a man. And the Supreme Court believes now that every one of those pregnancies, every one of them, should result in a birth. The Supreme Court wants to be the champion of rape dads. It wants to create a class of rape dads in America because the Supreme Court is saying there need be absolutely no exception to banning all abortion in America. No exceptions for rape, no exceptions for incest. The Supreme Court wants to create this new class of dads. The rape victims will have to suffer. And the Supreme Court is hoping what? That then when these rapists get out of prison, if they ever go to prison, that they will then reconcile with the children, the girls they have raped. That is the future that this Supreme Court is imagining, filling this country with rape dads. They lied. That accusation has never been made by a United States Senator in the history of the United States Senate and the history of the United States Supreme Court. Senator Gillibrand was just saying that 5 members of the United States Supreme Court lied their way onto the Supreme Court. That has never been said before in the United States Senate. A Republican president privately saying, of course you should have abortion in cases of rape, and of course you should have abortion in the case of a pregnancy involving sex between a black person and a white person. That's the kind of abortion President Nixon thought was absolutely necessary. That was his word, necessary. Republicans in Washington have spent decades lying about more things than they can keep track of. Remember that they lie about tax cuts for the rich, increasing revenue to the Treasury. They've always lied about that, no matter how many times it has been proven to be a lie. And now they've gone all the way to lying about who won the presidential election. What could ever stop them from lying about abortion, lying about what they really think about abortion? I, for one, believe that every Republican member of the United States Senate who favors banning all abortions is an abject liar.
Well said, Lawrence.
And I'm glad he brought up Nixon.
Yes.
Because as much as I love my parents, I have to keep in mind that they are boomers. And I have to keep in mind the boomer mindset. And no, I am not making excuses for them because before my mother passed away, I checked her every chance I can. And I checked my daddy on a daily, basically. Because when Nixon's funeral was televised, I remember sitting next to my mother and going, why? Why? Why are we supposed to act like he was such a great person? She's like, you can't speak ill of the dead. And I was like, speaking ill of the dead means that you're lying on the dead. I'm not lying by reiterating what he did, what he said. That's not speaking ill. And y'all need to get it out of your mind by reminding people how somebody lived is speaking ill of them. It is not. Speaking ill of the dead means you're lying on a dead person who cannot defend themselves. When you remind people of the jacked up stuff that the dead person did, that is not speaking ill. And I'm like, why are we supposed to, as a nation, mourn for somebody who didn't give a damn about a lot of us? Just like when Reagan passed away. Both Reagans, Nancy and Ronald. I'm like, what? Why? And people were calling me cold-hearted. And I'm like, no, I'm not cold-hearted. These people didn't give a damn if I lived or died. These people put people on the street because let's not forget, Reagan shut down most of our mental health facilities that would house people that are now homeless, sitting out on the street. Reagan allowed trickle-down economics to destroy our economy. Reagan allowed AIDS to rampage this country. And then we had Nixon. That was the first coming of Trump.
Right.
And if you don't know what I mean by that, Google, Bing, fight. Y'all know my spiel.
But in the history of presidents, there's a whole history of those.
And it's like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not about to shed a tear. I don't want
So your mom
if
looked at
if if,
your mom looked
if,
at you sideways.
if I'm used to watching the news at 12 o'clock, I want to see the news. I don't want to sit here and see a fucked up, just for show processional to an ain't shit person. Because let's face it, if Nixon or Reagan was a regular, degular, schmegular individual, we wouldn't be shutting down shit for them. Because the other night, Vicky White and Casey White were caught. Did nobody shut down shit to say that they were caught?
Mm-hmm. I'm curious how your mom reacts when you do that. Like, that's my daughter.
Oh, she probably up in heaven like this bitch ain't never gonna change.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm your twin, bitch. This is what the fuck you get.
Yeah.
I'm just a little bit more militant than you. And for those of y'all that think that my piercings are fake, I have allergies. So, yes, from time to time, like tonight, I have to take out all of my piercing because I have to blow my nose. I'm sneezing, I'm coughing. That's nasty.
Yeah.
Who wants snot all up in their piercings?
No.
Like, can y'all use y'all brain?
Yeah.
And for those of y'all that first of all,
Yeah.
my lips are too big to have a fake fucking lip piercing.
I
Do
don't
you
want to.
do you see how luscious these lips are?
I'm just trying not to call out something that would be hanging from a nose ring, because I'd rather not call something out.
They waiting to see it because you know how bad my allergies get, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, I'm gonna take it out.
Yeah. We need to. I'll be like, yeah, we need to get that in some soap. So.
Like the first time I sneeze, I take it out, I drop it. I have a little cup that I put my little, I scoop
That's right.
out my jewelry cleaner into it because I'm not like one of y'all that just dip all y'all jewelry into the little container that the jewelry cleaner comes in. But you're contaminating the jewelry cleaner every time. Just
Yeah.
scoop a little out.
Yeah. You got to
And
separate. You got to separate.
exactly. And that's what I do.
You're just recycling dirt.
So if I'm sitting here coughing, hacking, sneezing,
Yeah.
why would I have two nose piercings and a lip piercing still in while I'm
Yeah.
like, I
Oh,
got an empty box of Kleenex and just opened up this box. Well, it's Puffs. Sorry, not Kleenex.
yeah. I just always wondered that, like in barbershops, where you see that big blue jar where they keep the combs in, and I'm like, okay, when does that get changed? Because you add enough color, enough dirt to it, it's not blue anymore. I'm thinking, okay, you're still pulling that comb out to use it on who? Because it's got something on it.
Exactly. I'm just like,
Yeah.
mm-mm.
Yeah, but I don't worry about that. I trim my own hair. I clip my own hair.
I just, I can't do,
No.
I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. Do if that is what you're comfortable with, that's what I'm just saying. That is not what I'm comfortable with. So can y'all please stop DMing me claiming that my piercings are fake? No, I've had them for over 30 years. It's just I can control when I put them in, when I take them out, and why.
Yeah.
Like and what's really why are y'all concerned about what I put in and take out of my body?
We're about to put some piercings in Urbane.
His chicken shit ass.
Even though even I don't think he wants anything coming near him now. He's worried the last time somebody came near him, he came home empty-handed. or missing a pair.
I mean, I
Or,
gave him a ball. We bought him a ball. I mean, we took
yeah,
two
way
balls.
way to rub it in.
We gave him a ball, but that we're going to the next video. Because here.
Hey,
Way
y'all,
to
there's
rub.
news on the Ghislaine Maxwell case, and they did it again. I'm so stupid. I totally failed, y'all. As I was drinking my coffee this morning, I was thinking about the Roe leak, and I realized, oh my gosh, I wonder if there was Ghislaine Maxwell update that day. Remember, this is the family of media mogul Robert Maxwell. They know how to pick a news day. And sure enough, on May 2nd, Judge Nathan reduced the maximum sentence that Ghislaine Maxwell could get by 10 years, saying that one of the charges was repetitive, meaning that Ghislaine Maxwell now can only get a maximum of 55 years for raping and trafficking children. And no, none of the demand has been brought to justice yet, and they still all have Twitter accounts. Forgive me, my friends, I should have known better. It was big news day and I should have checked.
Okay.
They give us white woman tears.
Ooh, we got a moment.
Because trust and believe, if it was my black ass that did what Ghislaine Maxwell did, what
Yeah.
judge would reduce my sentence by 10 years saying that my charges were repetitive? The judge, before the trial starts, the judge knows all of the charges. So if something was repetitive, the judge could have addressed it before any of us knew what her charges were.
I
I
know a
wonder,
court that would. I know a court that would give her lenience
I wonder if that judge,
in Washington.
I wonder if that judge or any of their friends or family members are on that infamous flight record.
Payroll.
But let's move to the next one.
Fuck, boy. Still fast as fuck, boy. Come get some. I don't think you have any idea how fast I'm still fast as fuck, boy. Come get some. I don't think you have any idea how fast I'm still fast as fuck, boy. Come get some. I don't think you have any idea how fast I'm still fast as fuck, boy.
Oh, I know that. That's
Hold on. In case y'all missed it, I'm going to start it back over. This young lady lost her shoe,
from the
went
start.
back and got her shoe. So let me start this video back over in case anybody missed it. Please pay attention because this is amazing.
That's like that Flash Gordon.
Exactly. This is let's start this back over from the beginning.
Fuck, boy. Still fast as fuck, boy. Come get some. I don't think you have any idea how fast I'm still fast as fuck, boy. Come get some. I don't think you have any idea how fast I'm still fast as fuck, boy. Come get some. I don't think you have any idea how fast I'm still fast as fuck, boy. Come get some. I don't think you have any idea how fast I'm still fast as fuck, boy. Come get some. I don't think you have any idea how fast I'm still fast as fuck, boy. Come get some. I don't think you have any idea how fast I'm still fast as fuck, boy. Come get some. I don't think you have any idea how fast I'm.
Easy at the end because she was so far ahead.
Do you know how fast you have to be to lose?
You know how
shoe?
slow you'd have to be to not.
Stop. Take your time to put the shoe back on. Retie the shoe. Catch up with everybody. Go fast. Overtake everybody, and then have such a gap
that you can coast.
Did y'all peep the gap?
She just coasted the last whatever. I mean, she didn't even have to do a full sprint at the end. She was already to the point where she could just ease up a bit, and no one was still going to catch her. I mean,
and you know what, Dub? You're right. That is black girl magic. Go Lele. Go Lele. Go Lele. Go Lele. Cause baby, ain't
right. I mean, like I say, how slow do you got to be to just be full speed and still realize you on a different track from this person. Like this person is just in a whole new galaxy.
But you have to realize this is what we mean when we say Black people, especially, we have to work 3 to 4 times harder
Right.
just to be accepted as mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
A white person can could get online right now and just go, they'll go viral. We've seen it 1,000,001 times. Like literally, I'm not even exaggerating.
It'll go viral if they go missing.
They will go viral. But I can sit here week after week after week and break down history for you, give you historical context. And all I say is, hey, when you come back to watch again, bring a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever bring a friend? But that white person is like, you done sent it to every person you know. Oh my God, she's so amazing. She's so talented. Look at her.
That's like the Mayhem commercial.
Yep. And it's like, what the fuck was so?
Yes. What the what?
Okay, we got 2 more videos. There are some articles we didn't get into tonight, but I will get into them tomorrow. But we do have 2 more videos, and then we'll give our final thoughts.
I used to work in an abortion clinic. I was the guy that would walk women and their families back to their car after the procedure because people would line up on the curb and sidewalk and try to scream and yell and throw stuff at them. The strict rules at the clinic that you had to show up for work between 6 and 6:30. One day I had been out partying till like 3:30, 4 in the morning, and it made sense that I would just go to the abortion clinic where I worked at, nap in the parking lot versus driving 45 minutes home and then driving 45 minutes back after like an hour of sleep. I got to the parking lot, there was a line of black cars. I went inside and I saw a sea of white women in the waiting area. My boss physically pushed me out of the waiting area. I was let go later that afternoon. I realized I had come across a big secret. Abortion clinics open up for the general public around 7 in the morning. This particular clinic was opening earlier for more wealthier clientele so that their services could be more discreet. All the cars in the parking lot were black because they weren't cars. They weren't their cars, they were drivers. Because no wealthy person is going to show up at an abortion clinic in their car with their license plate. They send drivers or they hire drivers, chauffeurs, limos, you name it. Lack of abortion rights will only affect those who traditionally and historically have not had access to resources. Because people with resources have resources.
Oh,
Now, the other night, I quoted this, that I said that there are certain statistics that I stray away from because they're not true statistics.
Mm-hmm.
And there were so many people that got outraged with me. Like, no, that's not the truth. Chris, you know better than most people what I've been exposed to in my life, the different types of people I've been exposed to. And I'm like,
Right.
I've seen this. I've had to distance myself from people where I'm like, you've done this yourself, and now you're sitting here screaming, this is a sin, this is murder. Like, was it a sin and murder when you did it? And I don't judge anybody. I'm just like questioning them back because
Mm-hmm.
if I do something, who am I to now scream at somebody else for doing the exact same thing I did?
Mm-hmm.
I drink wine. If I decide one day to hide the fact that I drink wine, yeah, and somebody thought you were drinking hot sauce.
What?
Oh, wait, hold on. You think I'm joking?
It's called a
Hold on.
koozie.
No.
This is a Liverpool koozie.
Yeah.
What?
You thought I was joking. But if one day I decided I'm never going to drink wine online again, who am I to sit here if I'm perusing the parameters of social media and see somebody drinking wine or anything else and go, that's not right, that's a sin? Like, I'm a hypocrite. And that's what they do. They will go, and it's like, to them, it's okay for them to do it, but it's not okay for us to do it.
Oh, I fully predict that they're still going to have access. You know, people out there are still going to have access because they're still going to have somebody in their pocket that's going to handle them behind the scenes. We know
Oh
that.
yeah. I
We
explained that 2 days ago. If y'all
and
want to see,
money does that.
yep, and I explained that 2 days ago. And if you want to see the explanation in detail, just
Right.
go back a couple videos. You can see how I break it down. Um, and Chris will tell you I used to work in healthcare,
Mm.
and I'm
Yeah.
telling you what
So
I witnessed
the
for
little
myself and how it goes down. And I
trust
go through it there.
trust me, if they have their little daughter, their little girl who got into trouble and slipped up, trust
Or
me,
their
their
mistress.
their money will find someone to handle that for them.
If their mistress gets pregnant, their
Mm.
daughter gets pregnant, their son's girlfriend gets pregnant, the
Mm-hmm.
wife gets pregnant by the man, by the pool boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If
Oh,
grandma, if grandma gets pregnant by her son, oh yeah, we gonna call a spade a spade.
remember, this is all about that majority. Let's vote all these things that they have on their bucket list of what can we do to turn back the clock on this
If I could
country. I
turn
mean,
back
to think
time,
that this country, as big as we are in the world, could resort on a list that includes some Central America countries and some other small countries.
first of all, the United States needs to stop thinking that they're so big globally, because we're not.
Well, yeah, we saw what happened, especially during 45.
We're not. We're not that big. But here's the final video, and then we'll give you our final thoughts.
When the South lost the Civil War, somewhere between 10 and 20,000 Confederates immigrated to Brazil. And many of their descendants, known as Confederados, are still there proudly waving the Confederate flag. Now, I totally get the self-exile aspect of this, but why Brazil? Well, it turns out that during the Civil War, the then Emperor of Brazil strongly supported the Confederacy. And once the South lost in 1865, he invited the Confederates to come on down to Brazil, where he gave them cheap land, easy access to citizenship, and even paid for some of their transport. Many ended up in a town now known as Americana in the state of Sao Paulo. Slavery was still legal in Brazil at the time, and the population was largely in favor of it. The self-exiled Confederates were able to purchase human beings at a lower cost than ever before, until Brazil finally made it illegal in 1888. Today, thousands in Brazil still celebrate their Confederate roots, waving the flag and hosting festivals that attract thousands more. But in the past few years, they've attracted some of the same controversy that you'd expect stateside, with groups protesting the use of the flag and debating its true meaning. This really does seem like another US export the world may have been better off without.
But I missed that.
So I hope you all are done criticizing us black folks. When we have questions, when someone claims Brazilian heritage, because during Black History Month, there was a young man who phenotypically is white, racially is white, but he claimed the ethnicity of Brazilian. Well, 50% Brazilian.
50.
And we kept saying, you're still racist, and we know why you're racist. And everybody was coming down on black people, saying that, oh, you're just trying to gatekeep everything, blah, 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 blah. This is why. We know the history. And when y'all keep saying, oh, just pull yourselves up by the bootstraps, what the fuck bootstrap did y'all pull yourselves up from? White people have been given so many opportunities and passes across the globe to bring their racism and profit off of their racism. Name one black or brown person who has been like, where a country has been like, come to us. We will help you prosper. We will help you build generational wealth. No, it's always racist white people that folks just welcome into their countries. They're like, we'll give you everything. But the United States, particularly, will lie to you and go, well, immigrants are getting these checks. Immigrants are getting this, and black people are getting this, and brown people. No!
we'll give Brazil Rachel Dolezal.
We can give Brazil way more than just. There's a whole lot of Rachel Dolezals walking around, but we ain't gonna talk about that
Mm-hmm.
because people keep conflating race with ethnicity, and what kills me is that you have these black activists that are like, make sure you understand the difference between race and ethnicity, and then they getting bamboozled because they're conflating race and ethnicity and nationality. And I'm like, Jesus, Murray and Joseph. But your final thoughts on the night?
Jesus. It's been quite a week. We get things warmed up in the world here, and I'm still coming off of my birthday weekend, so plus we had a week where Star Wars was involved, and now we got to get back to
First of all, we had a
reality.
week in the same week that we had my birthday and Star Wars was involved. But you could have told me you were going with the Stranger Things motif, and I wouldn't have went with the Rugrats, and I would have matched you. But it's okay.
Because Stranger Things is coming back soon.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't know you were going for the Stranger Things theme tonight.
Yeah, because I am a Stranger Thing.
I know that, but I wasn't going to tell them.
Well, you didn't have to agree, but okay. So yeah, I really don't have a lot of thoughts other than
that I'm awesome.
Other than there's times where I have to take breaks from the news, and I love my MSNBC folks,
especially the readout.
I mean, I have it on my satellite radio in my car. Weekends, I listen to Tiffany, Vera Joy, I got Lawrence. But at times it's just frustrating. And I always tell people it's good to stay in tune with what's going on, but you still have to give yourself a break because self-care. And we talked about this before, that the world we live in, and yes, 45 really amped it up. Even though,
first of all, we're going to just start referring to him as Trump, because since this is my 45 year, we're reclaiming 45. So from now on, 45
Mango.
is me.
Can I go Mango?
Oh yeah, you can go Mango. But okay, from Mango. Now on, hashtag 45, say 45 is Taz. That's what it is. Hashtag 45 is Taz.
No, I do enjoy mangoes. I can't do that to mangoes. So I'm going to have to come up with something else. I don't usually like to use the. I don't like to speak the T word.
You can say scorched orange COVID.
I'll just.
Because people were burning oranges in order to get their taste back during COVID. So scorched orange COVID. That's what we're gonna call him.
Scorched earth.
I was saying scorched orange COVID because it's spelled out SOT, S-O-T. Well, S-O-C, sock. So he, sock.
Okay, S-O-C. Okay. Instead of S-O-B, S-O-C.
Okay. So we can't get a community guidelines violation by saying SOC.
Oh, okay.
Because what's derogatory about SOC?
But like we always stress, even with staying in tune with the news and how frustrating it is, and how every week we're seeing things, whether it's SCOTUS, whether it's something with voting, whether it's something with the 1/6 commission, whether it's something going on that's totally just irking us to the umpteenth degree, you still have to take a break at times. Mm-hmm. You still have to check out, watch movies, do something. Self-care, very important in today's day and age.
And get you an up-to-date buddy, because Chris and I are up-to-date buddies, because there are times that he'll contact me and be like, did you see this? And I was like, no, I had to take a break. And he's like, okay, let me just give you the cliff notes. And then there'll be times I'll hit him up like, did you see it? And he's like, no, I had to take the break. So I give him the cliff note. Just, and that's what we call up to date buddies. Somebody that can keep you up to date, but knows you well enough to not give you the information that would trigger you.
Right. Because there's enough out there that's going to trigger quite many people, whether they admit it or not. Like I said, self-care shouldn't be something you're ashamed of, shouldn't be something you're worried about what people are going to label you as. Self-care is vital in today's day and age. We are all dealing with something internally, whether it's big or small. There is nobody that I can see walking around this world behind a smile or a frown that doesn't have something they're thinking about. Whether there's,
and it's okay to say you're not okay.
Right.
It is okay to put up boundaries and tell people, like, today is not a good day for me to talk.
Right. And
that is a complete sentence. And anybody who gives you pushback, they are telling you that they don't need to be in your life.
And we're not comparing. We're not here to compare history, our own personal histories. Our chapters are our own chapters. The point is, you got to be able to find at least one person that has that ear you can count on, because you don't always need someone to solve your life. You need someone sometimes to listen to what you need to get out, and that may be enough. So that's what I got to say.
Yeah, because just to piggyback on what Chris says, he can contest to this. I'm the type of person, I don't need you to fix my life.
Right.
I need you to just listen, because when I talk it out, as I'm talking it out, I'm getting solutions.
It's therapeutic.
Right. By the time we end the conversation, I have figured out how to fix it. I don't need you to add into it.
Right.
I've talked it out. And you may not even realize in me talking it out that I have figured out the issues and fixed it. But I have.
Yes.
And parents, don't try to fix your friends. Men, don't try to fix the women in your lives. Women, don't try to fix the men in your lives. Just shut up and listen. Because just like you often feel like you're unheard, that person who called and trusted you enough to vent to you, they generally feel unheard, and they're relying in you to hear them. And if you come out the box trying to fix them, you're a part of the problem, because they're going to walk away still feeling unheard.
There's going to be a shutdown.
But as always, each one teach one, each one reach one. And don't forget, tomorrow is our monthly men's health talk. So come on through, join us. And if anybody wants to join, that is a man. Women, stay in your lane. Let me know, and I will gladly add you to the panel. But
yeah, and you're not going to look at the men and what they're wearing and who's wearing a tight shirt or whatever else.
I don't think anybody ever wears a tight shirt on.
No, but there used to be comments about what guys were doing, and all these guys are.
You know what? Wait a minute. Why are my male guests being demure? You know what? I need to get some thought men to come up. I need to find some men that are some whores. We need some skin. Now that I think about it, I need to find
we need
whores.
Yeah, outro.
I'm just joking, y'all. It's all jokes. But till next time.